Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Star Cash Remarks. We're sponsored by DraftKings. Use that promo code THPN whenever you go to DraftKings. You get some free little goodies and let them know that we sent you there. Stars lose tonight in regulation for the first time of the season, 4-1 to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Once again, in regulation for the first time, and it's games 5. So not too shabby, but it stings to lose to the Leafs.
The crazier thing is this probably was our best game that we played, and it's the one that we lose. I mean, I guess that's a little deserved after the past 3 or 4 that we've had. That we just we've gotten goals, and the Otter just saves us. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say about this one other than the Stars really did look better for most of it.
Yeah, I was talking to Ryan on the phone before the pod. He's got stuck late at work. If y'all know, he is at work. He's got a couple more weeks of football season, then he'll probably be back here on a regular schedule. But we were saying, yeah, the 2 best games that the Stars have played were against the 2 best teams that we've played against, and we've lost both of them. So that's just the way it goes right now this season. But like we said, it was a pretty good game overall by the Stars. Still not a full 60 minutes. The first period was pretty rough, especially the second half of the first period is pretty much all downhill by Toronto Maple Leafs. Actually, right smack dab in the middle of the period is when they score their first goal by Morgan Riley. They take the lead early, and from that goal, they kind of just ran with it in the first period is what it felt like to me.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that first goal is... It's so tough because it's a defenseman crashing down when he was at the point. I mean, Pavelski turns around, sees him at the point. He's like, okay, I'm going to go defend the middle of the ice. And the defenseman sneaks down, and it's a great pass to him too. I mean, who had the pass? I forgot who had the pass, but
Nylander, of course.
Yeah. I mean, he perfectly goes stick handles through 2 people, retains possession, and then flips it over to the defenseman. I mean, I don't know what more you want from it.
Yeah, and you could technically call that a missed assignment. I think it was Lindell who kind of let him get away, but it's also a 4-on-4, which doesn't really happen anymore. And it was right off of a draw, which is really easy to get loose on. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm kind of with you there. I think that's just a better player playing.
I really think that first one was more of what that was. I mean, it was just great stick handling and then an even better pass across.
Yeah, and obviously it was a wide open net, no chance for Wedgie there. It was a slam dunk. By the way, Wedgie, pretty decent night tonight, I'd say overall. Pretty much what you expect from a backup. He had a couple of big saves in there to keep us in, especially late in the first period. I can recall him really keeping us in there.
And late in the third, giving us at least a little chance when we were pushing. You get those rushes. They had a big one, and he was stopping them. So, I mean, he gave us at least a chance late in the game.
Gave us a chance to win. That's all you can ask of your backup goalie, I feel like. So, not a bad job by Wedgie. Second period starts. I feel like the Stars come out of the gates.
Good.
Pretty much exactly what you want to see to response to that first period. Downhill the whole way. They were just pounding.
The whole period, too.
The whole period. And this was a full 20. And we don't even get the goal until 11:30 in by Mason Marchment, who
had a night.
who had a night and a half. You and me called him out big time last game, and boy, did he step up to being put on the 4th line. He's like, I don't like that very much, but you know who I do like? Craig Smith. He played great with Craig Smith all night long. Him and Marchment were fantastic together. Looked really good. But Marchment gets this goal from actually Duchesne, and Suter put some respect on his name. And it was a fantastic shot by Marchment. Love seeing him get on the board. More than getting the goal, I love seeing him have a good night and playing so aggressive.
I mean, he deserves the goal fully. He probably set up 3 guys before he scored with just absolutely grade A chances that the Leafs, I mean, the Leafs, I'll give them a little credit. When we had our rushes, their defense was breaking up those 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s. I mean, it was tough on the rushes, but I mean, we had enough chances without the rushes that we had a really, really good chance to win this game. I mean, it feels like the inverse of what we did to the Penguins 2 nights ago.
That's exactly what it feels like. It feels a little bit like getting goalied, of course, which for some reason always happens to us. Will played a great game tonight for Toronto. He's actually sneakily, He's pretty new to the NHL, played about 20 games. His stats are incredible through those 20 games if you go look at him. He's at like a 940 save percentage across his 20 NHL games. He was fantastic. And then just a little bit of a lack of execution. I mean, you think about late in the third period there, when there should have been the couple guys called, we get Rope Hintz breaking loose from the dots in, and he can't get that goalie. You need that one there. The power play at the end of the game was really good. You got to get a goal. You had your chances to execute. You had your chances to come back in this game, and it just doesn't happen. And I mean, that could kind of happen against a good team like Toronto, I feel like, too, though. They're good at holding wins.
And we also had a lot of shorthanded chances tonight, too, that we didn't even get chances off of because we just were trying to pass it too much.
Yep. Back to the game a little bit. Then Mitch Marner scores in that second period, actually, fully against the pace of play.
So unlucky. That one's just like a bounce in the corner. Hakanpää isn't quite aware of how close the player was, but at the same time, the dude shanks it. It goes straight out, hits Sagan's stick, goes to Auston Matthews. It's like, dude, what even?
And if there's any line you don't want out there when that happens, it's Marner and Matthews line for sure. Yeah. And they're not going to miss that. Doesn't matter how badly they've been getting beaten the period, they're going to score. And that's exactly what they do. Marner scores it, buries it. Really good shot. It was a great finish. I mean, lucky that it got to him that way, but you got to give him credit. He beat Wedgie clean with that shot. Fully demoralizing at the end of that second period. Yeah. Really sucked to see that. And honestly, what I was kind of worried about is that would cause the Stars to kind of fold going into the third period. That's not what we saw at all. Yeah. Open the third period, pretty much felt the exact same pressure, pounded it on him still. And then a really, this is an unfortunate penalty by Hakanpää. It still can't happen though. You still got to be in control of your stick.
It's so lame. Dude lifts Hakanpää's stick right into his face and bleeds.
Double minor. They get the power play goal there. Bertuzzi does, who, by the way, had a fantastic game. His forecheck all night was fantastic. He had some really great passes, some really good shots. He gets one to go in the power play. Well-deserved by him as well. Yeah. And you still got 15 minutes to get back in this game. Like we already mentioned, we had the power play.
12 because they still had 2 minutes after that. They still had the 2
minutes of that. And
so it was tough, man.
And it was a good response by the Stars, like you said, to get to push for those shorthanded chances like they did. I mean, you're down 2 goals. You're in the third period. You got to get something going. They had 2 good rushes. So I really liked the response to what the game was throwing at the guys, pushing when you need to push, going halfway. The second period, it wasn't like we were being so aggressive that we were leaving our defense in the dust. We weren't doing that. It was a good, solid, full round team offensive effort in the second period. And the third period, like you said, we push a little bit more. We allow some of those odd man rushes. So I felt like the Stars paced themselves well throughout this game. Couldn't get past the goalie and couldn't execute, which is unfortunate. It would have been really nice to see them push back, especially with the way that they were playing in the second and third period. It really felt like they at least deserved one, and they didn't get any.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
This game definitely felt like, the Stars looked better, and the Leafs just got a couple of bounces and a couple of lucky plays that just went the other way. And when you're talking about your backups in the net for a game like that, it's going to be tough to win that game.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also talked about Wedgie was good enough for us to win this game. He was definitely good enough. But, Wool for the Leafs was probably the reason they won this game tonight. So goaltending can be a big difference like that. You get a little bit of goaltending, a little bit of puck luck, and against 2 good teams, that I feel like this is kind of how it can go. The Stars didn't play bad. The Leafs didn't play bad. They played a great first period. That's especially what you want to see on the road. Mm-hmm. So I think this is just 2 good teams that went at it. And like you said, I feel like the Stars got a little bit unlucky, and the better goaltender wins as well. That's correct. Another little storyline to mention in here. Power play finally gives up their first goal this season as well. We're just blowing out all the streaks that we have going while we're at it.
It was a night for the NHL too. Like 3 of the undefeated teams lost too. It was crazy.
Yeah, we're just keeping pace. That's all we're doing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of upsetting. It wasn't like it was a bad power play goal to give up. It was an amazing play by Nyes, who, by the way, amazing game by him as well tonight.
He didn't just keep the zone. He held the puck there too. He maintained possession and kept the zone.
and made a good pass and gets the secondary assist on the goal. I mean,
crazy.
That was a great play by Nyes. You got to give him credit there. Penalty kill was still good. The power play, honestly, I'm more happy about how the power play happened tonight than I was in the game that we got the 2 power play goals. We finally got set up, finally got good chances, and it finally looked like a power play.
Yeah, both of them looked very good.
They did.
It's a little annoying how the penalties kind of went tonight, which is like an afterthought. Like, Johnston can't catch a break, dude. This is the 3rd penalty in a row that have all been stick on stick, and he's getting called for hooking or tripping, or it's
very ticky-tacky.
He's getting so unlucky. And then what annoyed me more was the late 3rd period non-call on the too many men when they had 7 people on the ice.
There was 7 guys on the ice. They played the puck. The dude fell off the bench and played the puck. And that was definitely frustrating. But I mean, it's not like the Stars didn't have the chances, like we said. They definitely had their chances to come back in this game. Wool made big stops, and we didn't make big plays. So I think that's the bigger key for me tonight.
And we didn't have a lot of turnovers tonight either. Still, I mean, that's what's kind of really, really comforting, because after the first period against Penguins, the turnovers just like they evaporated. So if we could keep that up, it'll look really nice in our games to come.
Yeah, and I feel like the first period, we talked about how the Stars were pretty bad in their first period. That's more so from the Toronto forecheck, I feel like, more so than turnovers in the neutral zone / offensive blue line that we've been complaining about the whole year.
Yeah, it wasn't as much as an onslaught as the past couple of first periods have been, but It was still Toronto was still like dictating, but they weren't getting the good chances that we were giving up before.
Yeah, the shots weren't 20-6, so that's an improvement. And overall, like I said, tonight, we're not going to go undefeated in regulation the entirety of the season. And I feel like this kind of game, you can take as much of a moral victory as you can from a loss, honestly. You're playing a very good team. Toronto's a cup contender. I think we're more so of one. But like we talked about, great goaltending by their backup, who's
he's kind of the starter now.
Kind of fighting for a starting spot for sure, with Samsonov being their starter, not really solidified number 1. And then a couple of lucky breaks, power plays that weren't in our favor either. But I like the way that the Stars, it felt like they took a good step forward tonight. And that's, if you're gonna you have to lose in the NHL. It has to happen. If you're gonna lose, I'd rather lose taking a step. So not terrible, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. I'm not too upset.
And yeah, I'm pretty much there with you. There wasn't like a player who you could be like, okay, that dude was like awful tonight. Why was he even on the ice? But there was lots of solid play all around, and just a couple of bounces the other way that kind of decided the game.
Yeah, a little bit of some advanced analytics to back up what me and James are saying. We love money puck. Their little deserve to win a meter. Stars 58.4, Toronto 41.7. So Stars edged them out a little bit. Expected goals for the Stars was 3 tonight and 2.45 for Toronto. So like me and James were saying, we should have edged them out a little bit, but didn't get the bounces, didn't get the goaltending, and boy, did the Leafs get some goaltending.
And the expected goals kind of get skewed when you have an empty net. So
yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. I believe it would have been even a wider margin if it wasn't for the empty net. Let's wrap it up here. Biggest winner, biggest loser. You got someone, James?
Yeah, obviously. Mason Marchment had 7 shots on the night. Good
7
night.
Shots on goal. I think we both have to give it to him, especially after the crap we talked last game.
But like it wasn't like undeserved either. Though.
It wasn't undeserved.
He looked awful in the first 5 games, and he comes out in this one, and he's just. I mean, he was by far the best forward on the ice.
And this proves that he has it in him too.
Yeah. That makes it more annoying.
In the start of last season, that's how he was playing. And that's what I was talking about in the last after-game review that we did. That's the Mason Marchment that started last season. He was playing like that, putting up crazy shot numbers all over the ice, throwing his weight around. That's what we need to see more of. And if it takes him being on the 4th line to do it, leave him on the 4th line. That's fine.
Well, honestly, I bet we see Dellandrea get scratched next game, and we bring Steele back in, honestly. And we throw Marchment back up with Duchesne and Sagan, because that's how he got the goal tonight. He got it from Duchesne. I mean,
That's true.
And he set up Sagan once as well tonight on it was like a one-on-one. I mean, it was like a lob pass over everyone, but still, it looks like he finally has made up something, which was also so weird because he had a shift in the first period where he tripped over the middle ice line and then he got the puck and then hit Foxa. It's like, and then he goes off and he has a great night.
Maybe that's what he needed. He needed to shake off the rust. You just need a little bit of bumping around to get it off of him. You never know. Probably worth noting as well. Dellandrea did get clipped high in the face near the end of this game.
That's why he might be scratched, but we'll see.
That'll probably lead him to being scratched. He's probably fine. If you watch the slow-mo, it did hit him in the cheek, so it's not the eye or anything like that. So he should be good as long as it didn't break anything. And it didn't look
straight to his face.
It went straight to his face.
Anything else.
So it for sure hurt, but I'm thinking there's not going to be any kind of fractures or anything. So he should be good to go.
That was like you said, was also a pretty big part of the game too, because that slowed it down a lot. I mean, we were pressing hard, and he got hit there, and I don't know if it just rattled us just enough, and there just wasn't enough time to recover from it.
Yeah, for sure. So that combined with it's also just Steele's turn to play, and that's kind of how this season has been going so far. As Deli and Steele are kind of rotating. We'll probably see Steele next game, and it'll be interesting to see what they do with Marchment. If they throw him up top, or if they
keep him on the fourth.
Keep him on the fourth. Maybe put Steele up there. Maybe put Craig Smith up there. Craig Smith looked fantastic tonight as well. Biggest loser for you, James?
I don't really know. I guess the penalty kill because they can't be perfect.
Yeah, you suck, penalty kill.
How dare they?
I'm giving it back to Hakanpää. I mean,
double minor late in the game.
Double minor when the team is pushing late in the game.
Even if it's not your fault.
It is not fully your fault, but you are responsible for your stick. So that's rough. He also got a -1 on the night he got scored on. So, and I feel like he's just had a rough start to the season as well, too. So
I thought
he can pick some up.
I thought he played relatively fine tonight, but the double minor in the third with 15 minutes left is kind of deserves the biggest loser in itself.
I agree. That is the main reason it's going for. I thought he had a fine game. He wasn't particularly bad, particularly good, but man, that double minor that killed it. Really, is what had happened. That iced it. All right, I think that's all I've got. 3 days in a row, sarcastic remarks for you fellas and
3 days off.
And 3 days off now, so everybody turn on Fox and watch some baseball. So, you got anything else for us tonight, James?
No. Hopefully the Rangers can do something and not be on the other side of history again.
Hopefully the Rangers can do something. That is, I resonate with that sentiment.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not saying more.
No more than that. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in to Sarcastic Remarks. Remember to check out DraftKings. Use that promo code THPN. Free little goodies. It also lets them know that they should keep on sponsoring us, which we like it when they do that. Check out our website, sarcasticremarks.com. You can see when our new episodes get posted up there. You can see our blog posts that go up there. You can access our shop. And like I've been saying in the past 2 days, it's a way better website than you would ever think it is. So just go check it out real quick. If you think it's good enough, give it a bookmark and just check it out every once in a while and see what's going on over there. We will see you again. When's the next game, James?
The next game is on Monday. I don't know when it starts. I know it's a home game. Keep stalling. So it's against the Blue Jackets at 7.
There you go. We should that should be a pretty easy bounce back game. We'll probably see Otter again, and hopefully we just play like this and just.
I want to run them over. I want a blowout game. Please.
That's what we need. We need to play good against a bad team and blow them out of the water. I agree. Well, that's it for us, guys. Along with James, I'm Chris. Thanks for listening, watching, all the things. We'll see you again on Monday. See ya.